Greetings viewers, I'm going to show you how to get the maximum amount of tickets in the Nuka-Cade, and that is playing this game Atomic Rollers, which is their version of skee ball, and it's very simple. See, you're only allowed to use 10 balls, even if you have extra balls you get from the vendor or from the other the other games. You can only actually have 10 balls to use. Even if you have extra balls, it'll only accept 10 balls, so once 10 balls go into any amount of the points that there is, then the game will end. So you're going to the maximum of 7,000 points, because these ones I'm putting them in, as you notice, are 700 points each. If your math is good, it went from 700 to 1400 to 2100 to 2800. Now it's going to go to 3500, and then it's going to go to 4200, and then it's going to go to 4900, and then after that it's going to go to 5400. No, excuse me, 5300. My math is off. I'm sorry, I'm very tired right now. 5300. And oh no, excuse me, I am wrong. I was wrong. Or 5600. I do apologize. 6300. Then it's going to go to 7000. See, you know, when you put the 100 in, sometimes I get a little screwed because I know my actual times tables. Anyway, so you get tickets, and they give you 585 each time. That's the maximum amount of tickets you can earn for this game, because it only allows you to put in 10 balls, as I said before, and because the game's maximum high score is at 7,000, the game only gives you 585 tickets, so at 7,000 is the maximum you can earn. The maximum tickets you can earn in this game is 585. So now, you only always put them in this top right one, or I guess you could put them in the top left one, too, if you want, but the thing is, I find it to be a little problem. It's more of like it's like more a personal thing, because the top right one is right in front of where the balls dispense, so it's quite easy for me to actually just go up to the top right one and place the balls in. I guess you could do the top left one too if that's more toward your taste, or you know, if you're actually not getting them from the dispenser, you could of course just, you know, drop the balls in to the top left, go to your inventory, grab the balls that you actually have acquired, meaning this in some other ways, and then, oh dear, see, I'm not going to get the maximum amount of points now because it dropped in actually the other slot, whatever that one was. I believe that one was 100 points. I missed out on 600 points because of that. That is all. I mean, I'm sorry. I will take blame for that. Anyway, I'm going to insert a token, and I'm going to explain further. So basically, you want to get this top left one or the top right one. So you want to put all the balls in the top left one or all the balls in the top right one to get 7,000 points. Well, I guess you could actually put them into the top left and top right at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but basically throughout one game you can use both the top left and the top right. But you know, it makes it easier and much more simpler to comprehend, at least to me anyway, just doing either one or the other. I guess you could spread them apart by, you know, just arbitrarily which one pops in, you know, in front of you faster, and you could just choose whether or not you want the top left or the top right. Basically, what you want to do is just get the maximum 7,000, so you get the 585. Anyway, so when you actually put the ball in, you want to make sure you angle it, and then you press square or X if you're playing on Xbox One, you know, respectively. I actually understand that because I've actually been on 360 for a long time, including on Xbox original back, you know, when I think it was 2003 or it was 2004. It was 2003, I believe, or 2003 or 2004. I got into Halo Combat Evolved. That's actually when I first got into first-person shooters, and I also got into Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive 3 came out in 2003, so it could have been 2003. It could have been 2004 when I got an original Xbox, because I remember that She Kicks High commercial that was on TV. Anyway, I got the game, and but basically, yes. So it was either 2003 or 2004. So I'm also used to always calling the reload button X. So I guess, you know, you could say square, you could say X. I could say both, because I'm still really getting used to saying square, even though I actually used to play PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, but I'll say that first because that actually came out first for a long time before I actually migrated to the Xbox, because my old PS2 broke because I was playing this game called Tokyo Extreme Racing Zero. And it was a great game. It was one of the best racing games I've ever played, actually, where you go on the Tokyo Freeway and actually challenge other racers by blinking your headlights. I know it sounds like Import Tuner, but Import Tuner actually took the game. They bought the actual formula from the people who made Tokyo Extreme Racing. I'm not sure exactly what the story is. I didn't follow it back then, because by that time, Import Tuner Challenge actually wasn't as good as Tokyo Extreme Racing Zero. Then again, the same developers who made, or publishers, I don't know if it was developers or the publishers, I actually didn't pay attention to much of that stuff back then. But anyway, Tokyo Extreme Racer 3, that came out after Tokyo Extreme Racing 0, wasn't as good. It was like Need for Speed. You know how, like, when when the opponent cars are always very faster than you for some reason, but when you finally catch them and you dust them, they still have somehow are always behind you. They always have ketchup, like they have in GTA. You know, they don't only have mustard, but they do have ketchup. And anyway, so it was like one of those games like Need for Speed where you have to ride the wall to actually to excel, but you know, that's not really realistic. You don't ride the wall in games. GTA did that a bit right, because when you ride the wall, it actually heavily slows down your acceleration and actually could cause you to spin out or crash depending on the type of wall and the type of car the vehicle you're using. And that's a lot more realistic. That's why I like games like Burnout, because it was, more realistic in that, even though the crashes in the game were just, it was more about the crashes. But anyway, my point being is that Tokyo Extreme Racing 3 wasn't as good as Tokyo Extreme Racing 0. They actually took out the traffic and left it in with these vans that were just kind of patrolling the area. These vans that, just seemed like they were making it more official, like it was like they were closed down freeways. It felt more like purgatory, actually, compared to Tokyo Extreme Racing 0. Tokyo Extreme Racing 0 actually felt a lot more like you were in a real freeway, active traffic, but Tokyo Extreme Racing 3 wasn't really like that. And one of my favorite cars in Tokyo Extreme Racing 3, though, that wasn't in Tokyo Extreme Racing 0, was the Mach 1 Mustang. And, oh no, there wasn't that one. It was like kind of like a ghost vehicle, kind of like the Mach 1 Mustang. I'm having a hard time remembering it. It's been such a long time. But it was a vehicle that was kind of like, like Transylvania, like a ghost something. And it made all those vans, like, turn white. And it looked like they were ghost people, imprinting from the inside on the windows. But anyway, my point is that that even made it feel further like purgatory, because it's like the developers were kind of giving like a little note, like, hey, they took out all the cars because of some messages about crashing or like influencing people to street race. I'm not sure. I don't know why they did it. I didn't really pay attention to development things back then. I was only a teenager, But anyway, so as you see, I'm making 7,000 every time I beat this game, and I'm getting 585 points. I'm sorry I got distracted there. I have a one-track mind, a very keen but very, very one-track mind, so sometimes I get distracted. Plus, I'm actually playing over the game live. This is live commentary. This is not pre-recorded, so sometimes it's hard to actually focus. Now, I do this for you guys, for the audience, because I understand that a lot of you don't like pre-recorded, commentary, or excuse me, pre-recorded gameplay with commentary put over it, because you feel it's not genuine if the reaction is not real time. Now, there's a bit of a hit and miss on that. For something like this, that's more of a tutorial, it'd actually be better to have actual pre-recorded. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, I lost that one. I'm not going to get a full amount of points in this one. I'm sorry. Anyway, as I was trying to say, for a video like this, it's better to actually have a pre-recorded gameplay to talk over with it edited out, because it would actually make this run a lot smoother than it is right now. But the problem is that my computer's pretty finicky, so I don't want to do much editing on it. I'm still struggling to get my Destiny montage up, and that's being really, really difficult because I can only edit it for a little bit of time before my computer gets screwy, and I lose all motivation, and I kind of take a break for another 2 weeks or a month. It depends. I'm the president of the procrastination. Anyway, so as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh my gosh, did I lose my train of thought? Anyway, I'm going to grab the tickets and I'm going to research. Yes, so I was saying about pre-recorded gameplay. So people feel that it's not genuine, but then again, there are times when, it has to be genuine. Like if you're playing a multiplayer game and you have reactions from multiple people or commentary from multiple people, like, when Achievement Hunter plays their games, they have live recordings with all of their mics together, and that actually seems a lot more genuine. It's better that way. It's actually more entertaining that way, because if it was, recorded afterward, that wouldn't make sense. That's like watching Fails of the Week, but of course, Fails of the Week is different because it's not their own gameplay, but if it was their own gameplay, then it wouldn't be as fun. That's why sometimes I don't like the things to do, like for when they did the ones for Just Cause 3 and whatever, or, Just Cause. And so Just Cause, they actually have recorded afterward, but then again, that makes sense because, what, I correct myself. I understand exactly why they did that, and I actually do understand, because as an editor, I know exactly why they actually pre-record and then edit and then actually have a little bit of commentary afterward with whoever actually made the recording, and then someone else joins in to talk with them, because apparently the audience wants to hear more than one of them at a time instead of one of them. They feel like they don't want to hear one of them at a time, because if they only hear one of them, then to them that's boring. But sometimes one of them is okay, because of course everyone likes Michael's rage quits, which he hasn't been doing in a while, but he does them one at a time, just mostly him. I mean, sometimes he's done them with Gavin, but usually it's just him by himself. When he's him by himself, it's actually very funny, because he actually can be very entertaining. So I hope so that, me by myself, it's actually entertaining for you guys, because I'm doing this tutorial so you guys can see the best way to earn the max amount of tickets, the fastest in this, so you can actually get, the good rewards. There's actually only 2 good rewards. I've actually got the first reward already. I'm pretty sure I got enough tickets to get the second good reward, or whatever it is. It says laser rifle, but I'm not exactly sure if it's actually what it's good. Anyway, so one last point I wanted to make with this game before I put in the last ball. So you notice I'm just popping the balls in instead of dropping them in. So when you drop them in, sometimes you can't really tell, how where they are above them. Sometimes this game, because of the lack of see right there. See what I mean? Oh, see, I sacrificed that. That's an example to you all. See, sometimes you can't tell because the game's depth of field. The depth of field sometimes is off. So what I do is I align the ball, as I'm going to show you in a bit when I restart this game. I align the ball. Oh, excuse me, wrong button. I thought I had I was ready to hold X already. Or excuse me, square. I'm so used to playing Xbox. Anyway, I align the ball with the back rim and I tap the square button or the X button if you're playing on Xbox. So it's a square button on PS4 or the X button on Xbox, respectively. So you were to tap square or X on PS4 or Xbox, respectively, and whatever it is on PC. I'm not sure what it is on PC. I never played on PC. I would like to play the game on PC, but I can't play the game on PC because I don't have a computer good enough. Like I said, my computer is struggling just editing on Adobe Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro 5.5, by the way. I'm actually quite a ways back. But anyway, I had the opportunity to upgrade to 6, but I didn't like 6 because it took away debug frame server, which is what I use to actually render out my videos using MEGUI. So it actually made the videos look a lot crisper and beautifuler on YouTube, but I'm not so sure if that's still a thing anymore, if that needs to be done anymore, because it's been several years since then. But that was done because the audio codec from regular recordings were actually being messed up and causing buffer issues on YouTube. But anyway, my point being is that I would actually like to play the game on PC someday. And you know, even though I'm glad about my purchase of PS4, it does suck that we don't have, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's unfortunate that we don't have mods yet on this game, because I would like to actually have mods and try some of the cool things, especially for settlements, because settlements have a big issue to me because of, you know, they were kind of tacked on at the last minute, and it is a bigger bother that, you know, that I would like to do more with the settlements, if not for all the, you know, annoying things that happen because of the settlements, because of how, you know, lack of polish they have. But anyway, so as you notice, this is pretty easy to get the maximum amount of points on, as I've been showing you. So as I said, you know, you can do it in the top right or the top left, doesn't matter, or the top right and the top left if that's what you prefer. Sometimes if you want to alternate, you know, feel proud of yourself about that, that works too. So you see what I'm doing? It's actually, I barely have to actually move my left stick at all, and I align and I get it in every time. By the way, you know, I do it. Oh, there's another, oh, that's it. You know, I think I could actually do 2 at once. I'm pretty sure I could do 2 at once. I'm going to try doing 2 at once. Let's see. Because the game actually gives you a lot of time to actually put the balls in. It gives you quite a lot of time, and because of the method I'm using right now, you'll have a lot of free time to actually get these balls in. And you know, actually, I probably should try doing these one at a time, not back and forth, not cascading. Oh, excuse me, I grabbed that ball by accident. I did not mean to. I'll have to dip into my reserves here, and I'm going to drop this ball, and I'm going to make sure that it doesn't, oh, there we go. See, that was a close one. So I can make sure that I get the most amount of points. So 585 plus 585, let's see, that would equal 1010, 8160, 1010, 1270, I believe, unless I'm mistaken. Yes, 1270. I'm pretty confident that it is 1270. So we tap all these things in, and then we make sure that we get them all in just right, and then we'd be able to, you know, get 2 completed games at once. I tried doing 5 earlier, but that did not work out so well, especially with commentary, because, you know, like I said, it's distracting when you're doing live commentary over gameplay, because I have a one-track mind. Well, I do have a pretty keen mind, but it has a very limited focus when you're doing games like this. Oh, dear me. I tried to grab that, but I was holding the wrong button. Oh, that is very unfortunate. Anyway, still, I'll be getting a lot of points for this, even with that, you know, missing 600 points. As you saw before, I get a good 500. I believe it was 500. We'll see if it's 500, but I believe it was 500. Oh dear, this game is being finicky right now. Very, very finicky. So, tap that in. Oh, I believe, okay, good. I did not mess that ball up. I can grab it and place it in. There we go. Beautiful. 5,700. I missed 300 points. 300 points on that. But yes, you see, 585 and oh dear. See, like I said, you have a lot of time. I actually thought that was done. I miscalculated again. Excuse me. But yes, so we got 512. We didn't miss out on too much. So there you have it. That is Atomic Rollers, or their version of Skee Ball, and that is how you actually can earn a lot to get the most amount of this game. And then you can actually go to your, oh, excuse me, I passed it up. Oh, before I do that, let me make sure that I give this to Curie. She wanted it so much. Forgive me, that's very facetious of me. I should not be doing that. Anyways, you want to go to the prize terminal. I don't know why. Sometimes it lags a bit. It's not going in. I'm very confused here. I'm going to get the laser prize, but it's not going in. Come on. I wonder what's going. Oh, Oh, now it's going in. Okay. Okay. So, all right. We will view. No, we're not going to view high scores. We're going to